You're watching Drakewing Gaming. Enjoy the video.
Hey guys and gals, Never here from Drakewing Gaming. It's something me on Twitter, The Gaming Drag. Today I'm coming back at you with a new Let's Play episode of Roads Yet Traveled. So yeah, before we jump into it, just wanted to let y'all know that our Patreon is now for as little as $5. Y'all can help support the channel, get some awesome rewards like permanent access to our community Discord server and full access to upcoming not safe for work videos. Anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and jump right back in. Alarm chain, you were up. Let's go. Alright. November 31st, blah, 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 this one, okay, I don't know how long I'll be here, but, wait. I'm on the wrong version, am I? I can't be. There we go, okay. You forget something? What? No, I was just... May I? Inspect you again, that is. Right, he's almost as nervous as I am. At least he's doing a good job of pretending he is. But does he really have to ask again? I guess he's just being kind. Yes, you may. He smiles as he steps in to begin. He takes a few seconds to explain the procedure before flashing a small light in my eyes and using a tool to look down my ears. He carefully tilts my head this way and that before smiling and writing down more notes. Asking me simple questions about how I hear or smell things. It's not a long examination. I think he's sparing me. From that for now, but he does get a good idea of how everything works. There's a lot of him turning away to type something up and him quietly asking me to move my head this way and that. You, learn anything interesting then? Oh, yes! Really similar is how I'd put it, huh? Yeah? Indeed. While they may be in different shapes and sizes, it seems as though we do indeed have very similar ways of interacting with the world. At least in terms of our senses. Your eyes and ears seem to have a similar structure to our own. Minus the design, of course. Even your mouth and nose are similar, and you're describing them correctly. Well, I'm no doctor, but I explained them the best I could. As far as I'm concerned, you are the most knowledgeable being about your species on this station. I know that was a compliment, but I gotta be careful about that more than anything. If I made a bad joke about something, I could seriously mess up Doc's research or worse. After our little exchange, Doc continues writing some notes before taking a small sample of my blood for more testing. It's annoying, but understandable. At least this time I can watch as he takes the small vial and plugs it directly into the vibrating machine from earlier. I decide to ask him what it is doing, but he just responds, analyzing it, whatever that means. It's fine. I probably wouldn't understand anyways. A knock on the door does break me out of my negative thoughts, though, as my eyes shoot to the supposedly locked door. Merriman, however, doesn't react as intrigued as I am, as he just casually walks over and opens it. I can't see who's on the other side, but after a short conversation, he comes back with a small tray with some food. God, I almost bit my damn tongue. Was that Merrick? No, sorry, Rias. You know, if it was Merrick, I would have welcomed him inside. That was one of my assistants delivering breakfast for you. Oh my god, this is so good. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Oh, but now oh god, I hope I don't have hiccups now. Okay. And look! Now you have breakfast. Oh, that's great. But, are we going to eat here, or should we head back to the room? Oh, no need to just leave just yet. Well, we can eat here just fine. I thought you didn't like to eat where you work. He freezes again. Damn it. I'd almost rather not catch him in his lies, no matter how small they are. It just worries me about what else he might not be telling me. Did I say that? Huh, well, I'll make an exception for you, Rias. Anyways, it's not like we can go eat elsewhere right now. Thanks for reminding me, I mutter with the slightest bit of disdain. The conversation dies down after that. I think Doc might have realized what happened as he goes about cleaning up a bit and taking some last few notes. He's interesting, to say the least. I think I can trust him. I do trust him. Just, I wish he wouldn't lie to protect me so often. Or at least not lie to me so often. Little things like that, whatever that was, I can look past. But if something like that list of rules comes up again, I might have to talk. As I continue to eat the food I shouldn't be eating in here, he finally comes back to face me. A smile plastered on his face. If he's willing to move past that, I guess I'll try as well. I didn't know you had assistants. What? Well, I suppose I never brought it up, no, but Did you think I ran this whole lab by myself? I mean, kinda, yeah. No, they just aren't allowed in right now. I figured it'd be much easier if it were just you and me for the next few days. That makes sense. Thanks. Of course. Speaking of, though, I have a schedule prepared for you if you'd like me to read it to you. Oh, really? Sure, yeah. Well, today I figured I would try to keep it as easy as I can for you, and just go over some simpler tests and maybe one longer one, but only if you're feeling up to it. No pressure, really. No pressure, really, Rias. Merrick will be here around lunch, and then I have also prepared a small presentation for you, if you would like. Presentation? Yes, some small things I thought you might be curious to learn about is all. That sounds great, Marrow. Thank you. Then tomorrow there will be some more tests. Some that might be a bit more trying, but once again, there's no pressure. It would help immensely, though, if we could do them, however. But that is tomorrow, so don't worry about it. It's a weird way of brushing it under the rug. But he's right. I can't worry about that just yet. Knowing Doc, I'm sure when he says trying, that just means I'll be slightly discomforted. Still, I appreciate not having to worry about those right now. Then let's see. Oh, yes, on Thursday we will... Wait. What did you just say? On Thursday we will... Thursday? I don't understand, Rias. Did I say something wrong? Doc, how many days are there in a week? Seven? And what are they? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Alright, that is beyond creepy. What is, Rias? What's wrong? The days! They're just like how they were back home. Wait, what do you mean? Like, you have 7 days in a week here, and there were 7 days in a week where I came from as well. You even have the same names for the days. Doc just looks stunned. He must think that this is some kind of a poor attempt at humor, and I don't blame him. I'm just as confused about this as he is about all this. So, let me understand this. You're saying that the days here have the exact same name as the ones you do back home? It sounds like it. Sounds like... Oh! Rias, have you considered that maybe they don't? Huh? Well, what do you mean? Well, you've said before that you have never heard us speak in any language but your own, correct? Yeah? So? Well, why would this be any different? Whatever gift you have may have just translated the words we use for our days into familiar ones for you. Oh, right. Ooh, excuse me. That makes more sense. Still, maybe you could write them down for me? Then I could check. I thought you couldn't read our writing, Rias. Wait, oh shit, right. Huh. Well, it's still weird that there are 7 days. I suppose I can concede that sharing the same number of days in a week is a surprising coincidence, but I imagine it will only help you. Yeah, you're probably right. We both take a moment of silence to collect our thoughts. This messed up communication really goes both ways, huh? But Doc is probably right. They are calling them a certain day, and I can somehow understand that, as I have understood everything else that they've said so far. How, though? I still have no idea. Where were we? Oh, yes. The schedule. Shall I get back to it? Right, yeah, of course. Sorry for that pause. It's quite alright, Rias. Yes, well, on Thursday we will be doing some physical tests and perhaps seeing how well you can work in different environments. Different environments? Oh, yes, like extreme heat or cold. Zero gravity, etc. Extreme heat and cold don't exactly sound like a great idea to me, but messing around in zero-G sounds awesome. Unless they decide to throw me out of the ship, that would be great. And on Friday we have soup. Is that all it says? I swear I double-checked this list. Oh, by the heart, did I get it mixed up with your food allowances? Doc frantically flips through the pages of his notes trying to find what he was looking for, eventually moving to his computer to check his monitor for any sign of an answer. I might have to get back to you about the rest of the schedule. I'm not so sure that I wrote it out all correctly. That's fine, no worries. So for the rest of the day, though? Just some easy tests? Yes. In fact, if you're done with breakfast, we can continue with those for the day. After cleaning up my plates, Doc takes them to the door and leaves them on the desk, before heading over to some machines and gesturing for me to follow. So, as I said, today's tests are more to get a baseline than anything. So at worst, maybe another needle if you think you can handle it. I think I can. Good. Now step up here, please. He pats at a metal plate on the floor and I step on, noting that it moves slightly in response to my presence. Oh, is it a scale? Looking around, I see, well, what I assume are numbers being displayed on a little screen in front of me. Oh man. 2 symbols that look like the T upside down and an exclamation point. I've gained weight! Looking at Doc, he's just taking some notes and hitting some buttons on the scale. Excuse me. So, am I healthy? Huh, I'm afraid you'd have to tell me that, Rias. According to my definitions, you're severely underweight, you have a horrible fur condition. But I'm not so sure my metrics would apply to you. Yeah, I don't think so. If it helps at all, I think I might be a bit overweight. Nothing to be concerned about, but, I can afford to lose a few pounds. A few what? Oh, pounds, a measurement of weight. Oh, I see. Well, I'm not gonna lecture you on that, he says as he slaps his gut with his free hand. It's nice to be able to share even a small laugh with Doc, and I'm glad he can joke about such things. I'm sure he takes care of himself, though. Well, thank you for letting me know about your weight. I'm just writing the numbers down without your input. I'm just writing the numbers down, but without your input, I can't really figure out much more. Like you've told us your age, but without references to your physical development, that number doesn't mean too much. And the same goes for this. I can't imagine how confusing all this must be. Well, I mean from a scientific standpoint at least. You have such limited information to work with, and you're trying to figure it out so much. It is quite the task. So if you have questions, please ask. Just know that I might not be able to answer them all. Picking up on my accidental self-deprecation, or at least my mood change, Doc steps forward. Of course, Rias. You've been nothing but wonderful about all this. Thank you. A small smile creeps onto my face, and I give him a small nod. He helps me down off the scale, and we head over to another fairly innocuous tool hanging against the wall. Do you mind taking your shoes off, actually? I was hoping to get a measurement of your feet if you don't mind. Taking off my worn shoes, I place my back against the wall and follow Doc's instructions as he guides me on how to stand. It seems far more complicated than need be until he realizes that I don't have the ears that poke up, so he just lowers the bar until it's flush with my head. Well? How short am I? Compared to Carain heights? I would definitely be concerned about your growth, but for humans? Well, you tell me. Heh, right. Just a bit shorter than average, but nothing of note. Oh, so humans are normally shorter than Carain? That feels like an insult to all of humanity, but I guess he is right. Still. I guess on average, but there have been people almost twice as tall as me. Really? Fascinating. Water time? Well, as I hope you've noticed, Carain can vary in size, but are usually about Merrick's height, if not a bit shorter. Oh, so you are tall for a Carain, then? Yes, indeed. How does Tyr feel about that? Oh, he manages. He might be short for a Carain, but when I'm around, no one brings it up. I can imagine. I did want to ask, Rias. Since you brought it up, I have another question, if I may. Yeah, sure, what is it? You brought up your age earlier, and I was curious if you could perhaps expand on the human life cycle. Life cycle? How do I explain this? Like, at what age you are considered an adult? And how long you are expected to live? Does that make more sense? Yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure the human brain doesn't finish developing until we're about 25 or something. So let's just say that for adults, And, well, I think most people live until they're 80, and maybe a bit more if you're lucky. Oh my, really? That's not very long. Most Carain live to be well into their thousands. Their what? Sorry, Rias, I couldn't resist. Wait, you're messing with me? Damn, Doc. I'd expect that from Merrick, but not from you. Huh. Well, I have to entertain myself somehow. But yes, I wasn't kidding about the short part. The average Carain lifespan is about 180 cycles, and sometimes longer. Wow, really? That's impressive. I suppose it is now, but put into this context, damn, that's long. No wonder they have such impressive scientific advancements. Alright, y'all, I'm going to go ahead and pause it right there. Thank you all so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and check out our Patreon if you can. It always helps. Before I go, I'm going to give a quick shout out to our lovely bronze tier patrons. Thank you all for all you do for the channel. We greatly appreciate your support. Thank you to our silver tier patron, Cade Silverman. Thank you for going a bit above and beyond. It's greatly appreciated. Thank you to our gold tier patron, Armor. You're awesome. We love you. Thank you for subbing to Ultimate Tier anyway. I love you all, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye!